Hello Geeks and Gamers, Matt Lemke here with True Gamer Goggles, gamer-goggles.com, and today we're going to be doing another figure forge for you. This one is on the Valkyrie fighter for Robotech RPG Tactics. I've already gone ahead and laid it out, as you can see. All the parts are here. There's 3 different heads. I'm going to go ahead, for the sake of saving time, and use the one that's already all one piece and assembled. So I'm just going to take these pieces off right now, set them off to the side, and you can see I've kind of assembled some of these things. They're not glued yet. If they stay together, I'm just going to do that to save time, and we're probably going to focus on one side of the fighter. So I'm going to slide all this off the camera, and I'm going to bring the body back because I believe that's where you need to start. I believe you start right there like that. We're going to zoom in as far as I can. Hopefully I can avoid the auto zooming dilemmas and stay on camera. 2 very small drops of glue. Now, because of the nature of this portion of the model, I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab the wings, and I'm going to do the wings right away. And actually, I always do this when I want to do it this way. I'm going to grab the bag that I was keeping it in. I'm going to set it off camera. I'm going to put some super glue on the outside of the bag, and I'm going to dip the wing in it. Now, it's important to note that the wing is angled. I suppose if you want, you can put it in backwards and you'll never know. Nobody will ever take your model from you. I have been known to do things like that to my opponents. Now, as best I can tell, the wings are universal and they can go on either side of the fighter. While we're holding this in place as best I can with one hand, note that there's a little peg there, but there are no pegs, or slots I should say, on the wings that designate where they go. The other thing I haven't done, I haven't delved into building an army yet, so I really don't know if you're going to get one on a wing of these finished and one on the other. Now, with one hand, to save some time, I'm going to go ahead and grab a leg, because this is something I can set off camera and let dry. Very small drop there and there. Push it down, set it off to the side, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab the other leg. The fighter seems to be going together pretty smooth. I think the Valkyrie in Battleoid mode is by far the most complicated of the models so far, and I'm going to set that one off to the side too. I'd say I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. I'm going to. I'm going to hold this like this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do anything or if I'm just going to have to wait. Where's the other wing? Oh, the other wing's right here. Do the same thing. I'm going to dip it in glue. Just a little bit. And that's why you want to do it pretty much right away, because that side was a nice snug fit and I actually had to reopen it a little bit, and if you wait for it to dry, that's not going to happen. Now, the best way to do this at home is assembly line fashion. You get to this point, you can do all your fighters at the same time and set them off camera. and let them dry, which I don't have that luxury. So I'm going to go ahead and put a drop of glue in here. In there. And find the right leg and attempt to put it in there. Of course, I grabbed the wrong leg. The fins go to the bottom side of the model. I'm going to flip it over and go ahead and jump right into the other side. Just a little bit of glue. Hold it like this a little bit so you can see better. Carefully put that in there. Attempt to give it a squeeze. It's a good fit. Oops, until you do that. Then I'm going to set that aside. I'm going to let that dry off camera a little bit. And I'm going to bring all these little pieces parts back online here. It popped off. So we are going to go ahead and excuse me, put just a small amount of glue in there. I'm actually going to try and use a pair of tweezers to do this, which is not my forte. And I'm already giving up on it. I'll do the other one just because I did that all off again. Take a small amount of glue and put it in here. Match it up. So. Set it off camera. And then you've got this guy here. Real simple. Actually, the easiest way to do this is probably to set him down on the ground like that. Go like this. And it is a slotted piece, so all you gotta do is twist it until it goes in. Should. Look at that. There it is. And I'm going to clean this off as best I can here a little bit with a little bit of this packing foam. Then I'm going to go back here, grab the fighter. Now, the fins are actually, in my opinion, going to be among some of the harder things to put on because they go on. There's a little, actually I'm going to file that off a little bit before I get carried away. A little piece of sandpaper off camera would have been great for that. There's this little groove here. Kind of looks like it's part of the model, a line for part of the model. That's actually kind of where it lines up into the fighter's base. And again, you only need a real small amount of glue for this, which that was probably way too much, so I'm going to take my little foam, wipe the excess off, and put this in here. And I'm going to wait. There's more time in waiting than anything else with this model. And I'm going to file the one on the other side real quick. I'm going to go ahead and do that since this is a relatively short video at this point. I'm going to cut out the waiting parts. Stick to my hand. Wow, I got a lot of glue in there, don't I? Well, that'll be painted. I really don't have anything I can get in there and clean it with right now. Now I gotta set that aside and let it dry. The gun actually goes in here like this. Goes on just a little bit. The gun actually goes on there like that. So we'll do that first. Another piece that you kind of have to hold until it's dry. Then I'm going to bring the fighter back on, flip it over. The head goes there. One of these missile guys, or this weapon, will go there. A launch pod of rockets will go on the outside. This weapon goes here. This is the weapon that was two pieces that you needed to glue that cap on. Just an FYI for those of you at home, I am probably not going to paint those too effectively. And then another missile pod goes on the outside edge. So now the fun begins. And actually, you know, I'm just going to glue the head and probably the base of the weapon, because I want those wings to dry for 24 hours before I put those weapons on, I believe. So I'm going to put the head in here where it belongs. I'm going to put a little bit of glue in here for the gun that just fell off the base. I'll set that in there like that. Ooh, good thing. Well, see what I just learned? Guns got to go on first, or second. If you don't, you are asking for a headache. And again, more patience at home to let things dry is always a good thing. And again, I'll review the weapons loadout. You got your 2 missiles on the outside, and then you've got your 2 non-standard weapons on the inside. I haven't built an army yet, so what I'm uncertain of is if there's a build out or a loadout where you can have both of these weapons identical on both sides, or if they just showed you in the rules as to whether or not they just go on like that. I would imagine there's probably different loadouts. It wouldn't be hard to magnetize these if that's what you wanted to do. In fact, it might make assembly even easier. You've got no place to recess them though, so you'll have 2 magnets, 2 real small magnets on the wing and on the weapon sticking out extra. So if you can't deal with that as a hobbyist or a gamer, then I suggest you just glue them on and buy the extra models. Thanks for watching. This has been a Figure Forge with Matt Lemke from Through Gamer Goggles, gamer-goggles.com. For those of you that recently took part in our Kickstarter, I thank you and I appreciate it. Watch for things coming up in the future. I'm going to try and get myself up to Palladium Open House for a day, maybe 2. That'll be right around the corner. I think it's less than 6 weeks away now. Thanks for watching and have a good day.